So you're asking the U.S. government to produce a false document to lie to a foreign government.
It's not are you saying that it was a false document before, that the government was just lying this entire time?
If you're a man and they put female on your passport, they're lying.
Yeah. Well, if you put gender and put woman, isn't that fine?
There's no W. It's male or female. Those are sexes. It's biology.
Sure, but couldn't we just update the passport to be gender?
See, this is that shit. I bet you 100% if I ask this bitch if we in a simulation, she gonna say, yeah, there goes Shark-born Lava Girl right there.
Everything will return to being the way it was. You will be able to travel to Earth and back again as you wish. You can search for your father. You can rule Earth's lava world.
Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy my shit talking. Fuck it, it's that simple.
Donald Trump said on the issue of gay marriage,
not a fan of any of that.
Donald
Trump someone who's further right. Yeah, I mean,
have to have M and F on their passport. So now most trans people cannot go internationally anywhere where they don't appear as like an M on their passport.
And
that's just not, that's dangerous for trans people. If if you want to do, I'm running into this with a friend right now who tries to do war correspondence in countries that don't like trans people. She, in every way, is a woman. Nobody would look at her and think that that person should walk into a male bathroom. But because she's trans, she has an M on her passport, and she now cannot go into multiple very conservative countries.
Well, bro. Okay. So let's take her argument and let's put it into the logic of reality. She wants a conservative country to change their ways for her transgender best friend. Does that sound fair to y'all? Sound fair to me. I guess she making a good point, right?
Because of threats to her.
Well, to be fair,
I mean, she'd be under in the first place. He'd be under threat if they went anyways.
No, she wouldn't, because most people, first of all, she was not super out about her transness. Most people never knew at all. And she has gone into these countries numerous of times in the past. She can't anymore at all because of this passport change. That isn't helping trans people. That is fundamentally.
That just seems like a self-inflicted.
But regardless,
how is this self-inflicted at all?
It's 100% self-inflicted, because if she looks up these places, which I hope she does, unless she's a fucking retard, she would see that they're conservative countries that don't fucking agree with her way of life. But you know, she still chooses to go there. So what does that make it? Self-fucking inflicting. They don't have to fucking abide by you or your stupid ass friend rules, bro. I don't know where the fuck this witch from Wall Street looking at hoe got that shit from. These countries can do what the fuck they want, fam. Shit ridiculous, bro. Like, what kind of mindset where the fuck is this bitch brain?
I mean, you're choosing to go to those zones.
She's a war correspondent as her career. Anyway. Yes, she goes to Iraq, but she's always gone to Iraq.
You know, I'll concede this is a lefty position, and it is, I would refer to as, I don't know what's the right way to describe this, farcical, fantastical. I did conflict reporting. I didn't go to any active war zones. I went to civil war and like conflict and crisis and disaster zones. And it was always fascinating to me because of this political correctness reality, especially pertaining to HR and stuff. The story that I usually tell is I was doing what's called heat training. It's redundant. Heat includes the word training. Hostile environment action training. And they couldn't actually tell the women not to go to these zones and prepare them for what happens to women in war zones because they'd get sued if they did. And so someone asked this former MI6 guy, should women who go into conflict zones be concerned about rape? And he went, men get raped. Men get
100% they should be concerned.
Raped. Anyway, so moving on. Because he literally couldn't say, if you're a woman and you go to a war zone and you're captured, you'll be mercilessly raped and sold into slavery. And if you're a man, you probably won't be.
You'll be killed.
Facts.
Because if he did, that would be sexual discrimination in a work environment because this is a contracted company for insurance providers and media outlets. He's not allowed to say these things. So stupid. The idea that a trans person thinks they have a right to go to a conflict zone and, oh, heavens me, my passport. Dude, that you die. You go to conflict zones, you assume the risks of who you are and what you are. And this idea that you are entitled to some special privilege to go to a foreign country where you may be killed in any circumstance is laughably insane.
What's the benefit of changing any of these passport things except
in 1993, there was a law passed in the United States because forever when medical testing was done for drugs, they did not do it on women. And so when women would go to the hospital with pain, they'd say, take this painkiller. And the woman would
I actually didn't know that. That's crazy.
Say it hurts, and they go, women are such fucking babies. And then they were like, hey, maybe drugs work differently on men and women due to physiology. So they passed a law saying from now on, medical research has to be done on both men and women because we are just kind of realizing the drugs work differently on women. So if someone, considering men and women have different organs, quite literally, there's a reason for why we designate your gender
on your passport.
It's an ID.
It's pretty fucking simple, bro. It's just a boy and a goddamn girl. You don't need to go to fucking textbook knowledge for this shit. We don't need to go through biology to understand this as a goddamn adult, bro. It don't make sense to me, bro. It don't make sense to me how y'all want to sit here and try to create all these pronouns when it's always only been two. But it is what it is.
Why on my passport does it need to say for somebody who in every single way, it's like Blair White,
sure.
Look at them and say, it looks like a woman.
Are women allowed to walk around outside in Islamic nations? Without a man?
I was going to say with a man and usually covered, yes.
So with a man. So if a female decides to get a visa to...
Do you think that a Blair White could walk around in Islamic countries without a man because they'd be like, well, she's trans? No, of course not.
Of course not.
So the war correspondent is already going...
I think you have a right to subvert the laws of a foreign nation that has invited you into their country.
How is it subverting the laws?
Lying to subvert their laws, which have specific gendered laws. You say, I should have a government document that lies so I can break the law in that country. Is an absurdity.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. The laws that they would be breaking is that if Blair White has M on their passport, I guess Blair should be walking around without head coverings and wearing like keffiyeh and not having a person, which they would kill her for because they would see a woman.
What right do you have to someone else's nation? I don't understand.
This isn't about a right. This is about your own country granting you the ability to exist and perform in the way that every single person is going to treat.
That's cap. Because you're not performing like every single fucking person on earth. Y'all always complicate shit. And then you bring it to us and try to act like we don't understand. I don't need an understanding, bitch. If your friend want to be transgender, fine. Let her be fucking transgender. All she want. But the moment she go travel somewhere else where that shit don't matter, nigga, don't fucking try to... Bro, it's stupid. Don't try to fucking tell them what to do. You can't fucking blame them for that. It's crazy how their heads work, bro.
We're talking specifically about your friend who wants to go to conflict zones in foreign countries and lie to their government to get privy to access.
You have the right to go and do your work.
You do not have a right to someone else's nation. They grant you a privilege to enter under visa.
Sure, but the issue is that you're making it seem like I would grant you that if it was the other nations getting mad at America, being like, put M on trans passports. But that's not what happened. Trump made the decision himself, unrelated to any external pressures. I'm not even sure why.
You said they could be killed.
No,
they could be killed.
Why?
If Blair White...
Would the government take action against this person?
They probably would get in major trouble at the border at all.
Agreed.
They would.
So you're asking the U.S. government to produce a false document to lie to a foreign government so they get a visa.
Are you saying that it was a false document before, that the government was just lying this entire time?
If you're a man and they put female on your passport, they're lying.
Yeah. Well, if you put gender and put woman... Isn't that fine?
There's no W. It's male or female. Those are sexes. It's biology.
Sure, but couldn't we just update the passport to be gender?
See, this is that shit. Why would we do that? Like, you literally trying to make the passport complicated, and there's no point in doing that. There's only a fucking male and there's only a fucking female. This is why they don't want to let you in the goddamn country. Because they don't want to hear y'all try to argue with them about some elementary shit on how it's more than a fucking male and female. Don't even matter if Trump did it or not, bro. Y'all think they didn't agree with Trump? Those countries probably said, you know what? We 100% fucking agree. So she's sitting here trying to make it look like all types of shit that is not. She trying to make it look like it's Trump's fault. She trying to not let her friend get accountability. And she want all of us to care about her narrative instead, and how the flip side of the coin should go exactly how she wanted to go. I bet you 100% if I ask this bitch if we in a simulation, she gonna say, yeah, there goes Shark Boy and Lava Girl right there.
Everything will return to being the way it was. You will be able to travel to Earth and back again as you wish. You can search for your father. You can rule Earth's lava world.
No.
Why not?
Because we're identifying a biological structure of human beings for a purpose, because different laws.
On the passport?
Indeed. It's an ID. And we have international treaties with foreign nations because they have different laws than us. This idea that Americans get to go and do whatever they want whenever they want is so stupid.
That's not what I'm advocating for.
You think an American male should be able to get a passport that says they're a female so they can enter a country where it's illegal and do things that are otherwise illegal?
I think that the idea that, like you were basically saying that Trump is pro-trans in every way. And I said,
I didn't say he was pro-trans.
You said that he was very
moderate on the issue.
Yeah, exactly. And I said he immediately did something that actually has security and life threats against your civilians. You know what the American government has responsibility for? Protecting its citizens.
What does that what does that have to do with entering a foreign country under sovereign jurisdiction?
Because you're still an American citizen that the government has a procedure to protect. So if that
But if you go over to another country and you disregard all of their laws, then our country isn't going to do anything to help you when you're over there disrupting that country's laws. Why is it so hard for this bitch to understand that? This is exactly what he talking about. Well, why y'all think y'all can just go over there because you're an American and do whatever the fuck you want? This bitch must don't know that everybody don't work the same. She think everybody think like her, don't it? That's probably what it is.
That trans person goes, you know what? I'll embrace that.
Why?
Claire White goes, it should say M on my passport, and then goes in. Does the American government have to go rescue her when she inevitably gets attacked and assaulted? Or does she just have to give up on her career as a war correspondent?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You're not entitled to these things. This is weird.
It's such a wild thing for you to say. It's totally chill that the American government can just be like, nah, you're not allowed to do your
I think you're
career
lying.
anymore. I'm not lying.
You think Americans should have a right to commit crimes in other countries? Yes or no?
That's not what I've said.
I'm not saying you are,
Yes,
but
it is.
Is the answer no?
No.
So Americans should not be able to break the law in other countries,
Correct.
even when those laws are bullshit.
By and large. And the American government should protect you when you do it.
Don't go to, where is it, like Dubai? They have, if a woman gets raped in Dubai, you go to prison. Okay.
Yeah, and also some places like Somalia, they'll cut your motherfucking hand off for stealing. So go ahead and think you can do what you want. Go right ahead and think the U.S. gonna have your back. The fuck out of here. This shit is ridiculous, bro.
So is it illegal for women to walk around in these countries? It is, right?
Yeah, without the male
Without a man.
and et cetera, yes.
So if a female dresses up like a man and takes hormones to mask it to the government, like let's say a woman in Saudi Arabia starts illicitly taking testosterone to appear like a man to go around and break, they would get in trouble for that, wouldn't they?
Probably not if they passed well enough, because nobody would know.
No, I'm saying when they...
What is she talking about? Y'all see where this bitch head is? I don't even gotta explain no more. What she just said goes to show you. She fucking stupid, bro.
They got caught. It's a crime. It is illegal to do.
Like her logic is literally only if they get caught. Fucking stupid as hell, dog.
Because they're trans, yeah.
So I don't understand how you're arguing.
Trans. You're basically saying that trans people just shouldn't go where they're not, where it's illegal for them to exist. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Why would you?
That's what I'm saying. Yes. What are you talking about, ho? If you aren't allowed to be what you want to be at a certain place and they don't want you there, then don't fucking go there. What the fuck is she talking about? I don't wish this on her friend, and I hope it don't happen. But she gonna fucking die if she keep listening to what her friend's saying. That shit is insane how she think it's cool for her friend to go wherever she want as a transgender. And she want us to do something about it, like changing the passport. You can't make this shit up, bruh.
Well, hold on.
Any reason that you might want to do war correspondence? What do you mean?
Do you recognize that war correspondents can die?
Yeah.
So I don't understand what your point is.
My point is that you should
people have a right to go to foreign war zones without the risk of death, and they should be able to,
not what I'm advocating for. They have a right to be able to go, and their government shouldn't be immediately outing them to make it more dangerous.
Wait. You think people have a right to go to any country they want?
Assuming that the government approves their visa, et cetera, et cetera. Yet, not right.
Okay.
I
agree if they approve their visa, right?
They have the liberty to go, I should say. A right is probably
assuming
the wrong
that
word.
foreign government says we will grant you the visa.
Yeah,
they have the liberty to go. Just so we clear out there, every country, I need y'all to listen up. When this bitch and her friend come around, she wants y'all to offer more liberalization for both of them. Y'all need to get on their page. Adjust your political views and don't fucking keep shit the same or how you view it. It's basically what she's saying. She a fucking retard, ain't it?
Liberty to.
Do people have a right to lie on their visa applications?
No, but the issue is that before the government didn't view that it was a lie. And now
well,
they
it
do.
is. Because we're not talking about gender on passports. You agree with that. We're talking about biological sex.
I'm advocating that essentially you probably should allow somebody like Blair White.
Different argument. You are upset that Donald Trump said you have to have your biological sex.
Undid something because it was already done.
Because they were putting fake sexes on passports. Essentially,
yeah, which would have been better if they did gender instead. I agree.
Okay, so then the issue is, which is this is where the contention is. You have a friend who wants a false biological sex listed on their passport, so they can defraud a foreign country into entering.
Not really. I want them to be able to have the liberty to go there, and that the moment that they go there, they won't.
The liberty to go there.
The liberty to go there.
At the permission of the government.
Both
who expects you to tell the truth on things like what your biological sex is.
For example, if your government just agrees that essentially you perform as a woman and they're willing to give you an F so that you can enter spaces safely and walk around and not be attacked for just how you appear, yes.
Do you think?
But that's not what countries do, bitch. So why are you sitting here trying to change their laws? It's crazy how she just don't get it. I see her point of view. I always see their point of view. This is why I call them stupid. Because their point of view leads to nothing but more fucking problems. She literally just gave an example of it. The whole point of them only categorizing M and F on the passport was because people was putting fake genders on there. So they had to fix that shit. It caused the problem. I don't know how much longer our world gonna last, bro. Be honest with y'all. You see how far it done gone down? This somebody's wife one day, if not already. Just so y'all know.
Countries like the Emirates and Dubai appreciate the fact that people are lying about their gender to bypass.
Probably not. Probably not. So I just don't really. I don't care about like.
This is American exceptionalism. This is like American citizens can present false paperwork to foreign countries to get access to their nation.
It's not false paperwork if the government verifies it.
Yes, it is.
It is.
It's not.
So when the government says it.
Bro, oh my God, bro. I don't understand this bitch brain. It's just the same as saying if I didn't get caught doing it, then it's right. No, it's still wrong. Sorry to break it to you, dumb hoe.
It's true.
On the passport, fundamentally.
If the government asserts something, it's a fact.
That's not what I've said.
And it's not true. The government can lie.
Well, Tim, do you want to engage with what I'm saying, or do you want to create a version
I think you're
of
lying.
I'm not lying.
An individual has no right to a foreign country, period.
I've never said that they have a right. They have a liberty to it.
A liberty to what?
To apply to go there.
And is lying to that government okay?
It's not lying if your government is willing to agree that essentially you can be.
Are males females?
No, they're not.
Okay, so if a male says I'm female, is that a lie?
Yes.
So if a person applies for a passport to the government who is male and says I'm female, is he lying?
It depends on if the government is willing to allow female to include woman. Woman looking.
And
if
I'm talking about sexes, not genders.
Yeah, and if the government
is it a lie for a man?
I'm answering you. I'm answering you. Tim,
this is why men are leaving the left.
You have to let me. Well, the issue is you have to let me talk, right? I'm engaging with you in exceptionally good faith.
This is why men are leaving the left.
I'm answering your questions directly.
You're not engaging in good faith because you making him stoop down to a dumbass level. You lost all logic. You only thinking from personal experience and what you and your friend had to go through and how it made y'all feel because you had to go through it. It's fucking bullshit. He telling you why you had to go through it and why you gonna keep going through it. You just don't want to hear it. Typical liberal activity right here.
And I'm not pivoting away from them.
You are.
You just don't like my answers, which is totally okay.
A male who says I'm female is lying. Because we're talking about biological sex.
Yes.
So if a male goes to the Saudi government and says I'm a female, he lied, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think people have a right to lie to foreign governments to get visas?
To get visas, not usually. I'm sure there's some exceptions that I might be okay with it.
That you can lie to a foreign government to get a visa?
Yeah. So, for example, if you I think a lot of people lie to North Korea on their visas. It's like what they're doing.
You say that as if you trying to visit North Korea, bitch. Look at the example she used, bro. Her and her friend ain't fucking going to North Korea, fam. So that's already a bullshit ass voided fucking argument.
Who are helping like smuggle in information and like helping freeing North Koreans, for an example.
Well,
so like,
sure, to be fair, we're talking about
Jordan
like subterfuge.
Actually, I shouldn't say anyone who does this, right? But there are people who do this to like really extremist regimes like North Korea. In that case, they're lying on their visa. But I'm kind of okay with it, right? Because they're trying to help the North Koreans, right? So in this case, if you've got a country...
So it's an adversarial nation.
Yep.
And we have...
So if you've got a country that looks at trans people and says that they don't exist, and there is no way for Blair to enter safely without us killing her, I'm okay lying a little bit to that country so that Blair can enter safely and do her job.
And the
or you can just not go at all. That's what makes sense to me.
Government should aid that lie.
Well, the lie would be, the issue is that the lie depends on how the government's determining like what qualifies as F. If they're allowing basically woman performing people to qualify as F for the sake of a passport, it's not really a lie.
I think this is a...
It can mean female, fuck, fundamental, fag. Really don't matter, bruh. Like, just circle it and then you'll be good. Stop trying to make everybody life hard. We already got a complicated ass fucking world, bruh. Y'all overcomplicate shit for no reason.
Really great example of why young men are leaving the left. Because I'll just give you my personal feelings, which just how I interpret this moment right now.
Sure.
Your statements are illogical.
They're not. They're just not face valid. They're not face valid, right?
Like,
you know what that means?
You've made a claim that you've backtracked a little bit when you fluttered between gender and sex. You then said that we should change passports to be gender, not sex. You acknowledge that sex is different.
Sure, yeah. I should have baked in extra arguments.
You've asserted an entitlement to lie to foreign governments for access to their countries.
To some degree, yeah. You agreed to that, though, right?
No.
So... No, I didn't.
Yeah, you said, yeah, there's certain situations
I was acknowledging
that
what
lie.
you had said about people lying to get
so
into North
you don't
Korea.
think that people should lie to get into North Korea to like help aid those people in like freeing themselves from like the extreme oppression that North Koreans experience? Like you think it's bad when like humanitarians.
It wouldn't be morally bad, but it would be wrong. Yeah, I mean, like you shouldn't try to do. I mean, you're.
I mean, it's a question of the sovereignty of nations.
Like, stop trying to make the argument for the people who are saving lives in North Korea that are doing it illegally, something you should do and benefit from when you just going and fucking traveling with your best friend. And plus, these are two different nations we talking about. Like, it's wild how this comparison she made, she think makes her point even more valid. If anything, it makes it worse. Because these people you talking about that actually do this, they do it because they already taking risk. Think about it. They already taking risk. The risk is that they're going into North Korea to smuggle things or smuggle people out. They already take a risk. So they have to lie. Y'all don't. You going there for an official job or for an official stay or whatever. And they are nice enough to tell you, you can't do that here. And now you want us to tell them to do something about that? Once again, no fucking logic, bro.
I don't like North Korea.
Should America be like, hey, North Korea, just a heads up, these people, careful, they're not entering just to do tourism. They actually
I think if we have
treaties
with nations we are not actively at war with, we should do our best to adhere to them. And so the question of international treaties pertaining to visas, the idea that the U.S. government would permit people to lie on their passports, it's a weird thing to advocate for.
Sure.
Yes,
the issue is that, again, this is why
why lie on your passport? I don't understand.
Why insist on having biology on your passport? Why not have gender?
Because there are laws in certain nations.
Why not have both?
Because you only need one, and you're going to distinctively be one of those two options. It's simple. You see what I mean by people make the world complicated with their feelings? This is why that shit is in my description, bro. This bitch is up here causing problems for no reason, nigga. Because of her personal feelings.
Because it's a redundancy, it's meaningless?
It's not redundant.
So you'd put, I'm a male woman?
Yeah, that shit is stupid, bro.